So today I finally got a new ambient lighting kit. So this new ambient lighting kit comes with the center console one, just like here, a new strip that goes all the way across there. It's got some ones that actually go on these back seats here, so that's gonna look really cool. It does have footwell lighting, but it looks kind of tiny. I'm not sure how that's gonna look in comparison to that, but we'll find out. It also has a little tray. So this tray is gonna go in here because this is the power for it, just a little cigarette lighter that goes in there. So I assume that's just to kind of make that look a little cleaner, as well as having an additional storage tray. Little things this kit comes with: some double-sided tape for what I assume is for these strips here. Got some double-sided tape for the footwell lighting, a screwdriver, I'm not sure what that's for, some zip ties, a prying tool, and as well as some little protection. Those are usually for the ends of screws, although I'm not too sure what kind of screws we're going to use because screws didn't come with it. I guess we'll find out. I suppose first things first, we'll go ahead and get rid of the old ambient lighting. Go ahead and check. You got the tape on there, you start peeling it off and putting it in evenly up. You get to the end, you want to pop this little panel off right here. And I think it may have messed mine up. Originally I had it up there, pretty sure it's supposed to be down here, just because of how figure 6 looks to be looping through here. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and loop this whole thing right through here. That's gonna connect there, and the panel's gonna go back on there and cover all that. When the panel's back on, that's sort of what it should look like. That's not really clean at all, but hopefully it looks better when it finishes. The center console part's relatively easy. You should be able to slip in there with your hand fairly easily. Once you get to the corners here around this area, that's when you'll have to start prying at this. So that's all I kind of really did there. It's a bit hard to see, but you kind of pry it as you go to get those corners. Now that strip's completely ran, it should look something like this. So the end here, you want to cut off a little chunk, just like that. That will enable you to screw this part into there and have it light up. It's also what this little screwdriver is for. I figured it was tighten that. Makes sense. Now the part I've been looking forward to is putting these strips inside the backs of my seats here. So of course I have to take my tablets off. So when you're done, it'll look something like this. It'll trace the whole way of your seats there, and then it'll go back in your center console there. It does say you're supposed to use the double-sided tape on here, but honestly, I think it's okay. Alright, so I got my strips down the back seats here, all the way up the sides. You know, I kind of thought the tablets might hinder this, but they're kind of actually help holding it in place if it's too lazy to double-sided tape. This is probably one of the biggest parts people worry about is, do you actually have enough of this stuff? This extra amount here is probably because this kit is good for 2017 and up. So the other ones prior to 2021, this part right here went all the way up, and you'll see a lot of Teslas have their ambient lighting go all the way up, whereas the 2021 and newer go like that. They curve around just like that. So that's probably why you have this. So the cable for this one here that I ran inside the glove box, we're also going to go ahead and tuck it in here, just like that, and run it to our center console. So once everything's bundled up all neatly, of course, you want to plug all 4 of these back into the command center. And just so everyone knows, I am too lazy to connect that tonight. I really don't want to connect the footwells tonight. That took me, I don't know, an hour, I guess. So now for the moment of truth. Oh, thank God it actually worked. I mean, of course it worked. This is really the extent of the mess. It's really not much. Eventually I will put the footwell lighting in just so it all syncs. That one looks okay. The rest looks pretty good though. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This kit only costs $125 Canadian, and it is app controlled.